Harry, thanks so much for joining us, mate. It's been
No
great
worries.
to get you on here. Well, did you want to kick off maybe by just letting us know what your role is at the local guys?
Yeah,
And give us a little bit of information on that.
sure. So I am the marketing and IT manager at the local guys.
Yep.
So I essentially oversee all of our digital marketing efforts from the support center,
Yeah, right.
and also manage our digital marketing team.
Beautiful. Okay. Very busy role.
Yeah,
And how many people do we have in the marketing department currently?
including myself, four.
Yep.
So there's myself, then there's Michael, who is our web developer and IT support for the franchise partners. We've got Lisa, who's our marketing assistant. She handles a lot of our social media and like written content for the websites and other marketing collateral.
Yep.
And then we've got Harvey, who's our latest recruit.
Yep.
He is our digital content producer, handling our photography and videography for the entire franchise network.
Yeah, beautiful. So lots
There's a
going on
lot.
there. So a lot of plates for yourself to
Yes.
be constantly spinning,
Yeah.
which I know you've always got your hands full. I know we come out of meetings all the time. We've come out of a meeting today,
Yep.
which I think went for
What,
three
2, 3
three
hours?
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just we've got this,
Yeah.
and then we come back next week, and all of those things are done.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It's like the to-do list never clears, I'll say that. So I
It
can't
doesn't.
say like it's better to be busy. It's always better to be busy.
Why do you think we've got such a strong focus at the local guys on digital marketing specifically?
I would say it's our biggest strength with
Yep.
what we do, just because it allows our franchise partners to not have to worry about that side of things.
Yep.
Um, in cases they can, if they choose to, and we definitely encourage for them to have their own local social media pages.
Yep.
But as for the big ticket items like websites, advertising, things like that,
Yeah.
it's easier for them to not have to worry about it
Yeah.
because they know that we've got our finger on the pulse,
Yep.
and we're constantly checking, changing, optimizing depending
Yeah.
on how the market goes. Basically,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that it's never just stays put.
Yep.
There's always things changing.
I guess that's one of the things when you buy a franchise is, you might have been working for a place for the last 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
You've never done one day of marketing in your life. And you don't want to have to become an expert in that overnight. So that's why a lot of people buy a franchise,
Yeah.
is so that they've bought into a business that specializes in that, and they have their finger in the pulse and they understand all of that side of
Yeah.
things. What are some of the different types? Because I definitely agree with you. I think that in 2025 now, having your finger on digital marketing specifically over a lot of different types of marketing
Yeah.
is probably best bang for buck. And it allows us to scale that, all throughout the country and all throughout New Zealand,
Yep.
and beyond. So, and it's one of the most complicated. What's some of the different types of digital marketing that are out there?
Yeah, so it's in a way broken down into two categories.
Yep.
Here. So we've got our digital marketing,
Yep.
and then local area marketing.
Yep.
Support Center primarily focuses on the digital marketing aspect, and
Yep.
that includes organic SEO, and that can be location specific pages.
Yep. So that's how high we are on Google, basically.
Yeah, for certain
Yeah.
keywords. So if you're talking like test and tag Adelaide, pest control,
Yeah.
Adelaide, things like that.
Yeah.
And then you've got.
Why is it called organic?
Well, it's because of the way that the Google search results pages are structured. So towards the top, you'll have your like paid ads.
Yep.
And then occasionally you'll see the Google Maps section, and then just the other links underneath. That's the organic section. So just pages
that's not
that
a paid one, basically.
No, they're just, it depends. I mean, there's many factors that go into it to be on page one, but that's primarily what that is.
one?
Yeah, the organic way.
Yep.
Aside from those location pages, we also have blog content.
Yep.
And that is based on specific topics that people would be searching.
Yep.
Probably the best example off the top of my head would be, like test and tag colors.
Yep.
So for example, the colors that they use to represent the different quarters of the year.
Yep.
That's definitely a big performing blog on our site.
Yep.
And then aside from that, we have the paid advertising.
Yep.
So we primarily use Google Ads for that, but
Yep.
you know, you can also do like Facebook ads, things like that too.
Yep. So that's I click on it, costs $10, whatever it
Yeah.
costs, and that just gets me that I paid $10 to get that person to my
Yeah.
website, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pay per click marketing.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. And we do that side of things for the franchise partners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we manage that all in house and discuss that constantly.
Yeah.
And then there's also the social media. So like, as I touched on before, the franchise partners can have their own, you know, Facebook, Instagram pages
Yep.
To promote themselves in their local area.
Yeah. But they don't have to. We
They don't have
have
to.
one for them as
But
well.
we also have our main local guys pages that we
Yep.
manage and that we update constantly.
Yeah.
And
then they can share our content
Yeah.
on their own ones, and all
they
that
can
sort of
repurpose
stuff.
it, things
Yeah.
like that too.
Yeah. Sure.
Which is good.
Yeah.
So that's the digital aspect.
Yep.
And then the, I guess, local marketing, which is what the franchise partners do. And that can include, you know, business card drop-offs, flyer drops, things like that. Advertising in like local sports clubs, local sponsorships, things like that.
Yeah.
Within their territory that they purchase.
Okay. Okay. So let's say I'm a brand new franchise partner, and as we said before, I've never done a day in my life of any marketing or anything like that. What does that look like for me? I'm about to join. I've just paid my money, or I've just committed that I'm about to join, and all the rest of it. How does that work from the marketing team's perspective of how do you get ready for that new franchise partner to make sure that when they do get started that they're going to have work coming in?
Yeah. So that starts about 6 weeks before. And that is essentially when we start the onboarding marketing campaign. So that includes doing digital content creation, which is those location pages that I touched on earlier, blog pages as well, and then also setting up their Google Ads campaigns.
Yep.
So we will deep dive that, do keyword research, things like that, just to make sure that that the franchise partners will get the maximum value out of the efforts we put into it.
And that's quite technical, isn't it? Because there's a lot of aspects that go into that.
There is.
Backlinking, and it's on-page SEO and off-page SEO. And
yeah.
How fast the website loads and all that stuff.
There's so many different things, and
Yeah.
you know, we're very lucky in the sense that we have a lot of industry-leading tools that we use.
Yep.
So it's one of those things that we know we work with the best, so we
Okay.
know we're going to get the most important information.
Okay.
So we can deliver that to them when they join.
And how long did you say that takes once they've committed?
Yeah, it's about 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
We start 6 weeks before training.
Okay. So my understanding is that you guys have been working on that today. We've got some new franchise partners starting next week.
Yeah.
So what's been happening today? They've been doing all of those sorts of things to get it ready for those franchise partners.
Pretty much. It's been mostly focusing on the organic side of things, so like those location pages.
Yep.
So the ads I've scheduled to do them later in this week, so they'll be ready to go because they're generally a bit quicker to set up than the organic side.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's sort of where we're at now.
Okay. So that 6 weeks stuff happens. You do all the technical on-page, off-page SEO tasks and all the rest of it, getting it ready for them to be up and running. And then what happens from the franchise partner's perspective when they start their training?
Yeah, so they are pretty much given all the tools and advice that they need to be able to do their local area marketing, which is what they focus on. We prepared all the tools that they need.
So they're just all like the different ideas and the different types
ideas.
Of local area marketing that they can do.
Yeah. So it'll be like we give them local area marketing maps.
Yep.
So basically what that is a custom map online, which they can access from any time. And it basically has their territory mapped out, which is really cool. And we go through and pre-fill roughly 100 or so different businesses of different categories. So there might be hospitality, retail, education, things like that.
Depending on the
area, depending on what's within the area.
That's got all the contact information and the business information. And all the
phone
rest
numbers,
of it.
emails, websites, things like that. Addresses, and then they can sort of essentially start there. And then they can add to it. They can put extra ones in, take them out, things like that. And they can all track that, and that's all linked within their scorecards. That we give them as well.
So tell me about scorecards. What are they?
It's a pretty great project, which I was lucky enough to be a part of in the inception of it. So basically, they are a dashboard that we built out, and it tracks different metrics of their business. So Um, mostly financial as well.
Yep.
So
So what sort of financial
it's like
metrics are they tracking?
revenue, average transaction value, conversion rates.
Yep.
But then there's also the marketing part of it too. So they'll be able to see um, the amount of leads that they got from the sports center versus their own local area marketing. And then they'll meet with these are updated monthly
Yep.
as well.
Yep. Sure.
So at the beginning of every month, we put in all data from the previous month. And then the franchise partners will meet every quarter with their franchise support consultant
Yep.
and basically coach them on different aspects of the
Okay.
scorecard.
So that gives them the dashboard, that gives them all the data,
Yep.
and then the franchise support consultant who look at a bunch of different ones of
Yeah.
those from the whole division and all the rest of it can say your ATV is sitting at XYZ number, average transaction value. You're about $100 less than
Yep.
everyone else in the division, or whatever the number is.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to start looking at things like pricing. Maybe we need to look at why you're lower than everyone else. Yeah. Same with conversion rates, etc.,
Yeah.
etc.
And even from the marketing aspect, like let's say their local area marketing is, on average lesser compared to the network overall, let's say,
Yep.
or the division overall, I should say.
Yep.
There's even been times where the franchise support consultant has even come to us and said, what other ideas could we do?
Yeah.
And so then we sort of feed that information back to them to pass on to the franchise
Yeah.
partner, which is really good. So, yeah, we're always there, even if we're not there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that it's not one silver bullet. There's layers of all of these different things that we do on top of each
Yeah.
other that ultimately get the franchise partner through that first year
Yeah.
and ultimately being successful.
If it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
That's right.
So yeah, I think that's the benefit is that we have our finger on the pulse with all this stuff, and
Yeah.
we're sort of watching every number that we possibly can.
You have to be a bit obsessed with it,
Yeah,
don't
you do. You do.
Yeah.
Definitely keeps you on your toes. The marketing stuff. I'll say that.
All right. So, following on from that, what about franchise partner meetings? I
Yeah.
know that we have them. How often are they? Does the marketing team attend those? How does
Yeah.
that sort of work?
So they're every 6 weeks.
Yep.
And yes, we do attend them.
And how will they conducted?
On Google Meet.
Okay.
So they're all
Yep.
online.
Online.
All franchise partners across the division, so Oz and NZ as well, all jump on, and we basically just feed all the info, what's happening from the marketing aspect. We talk about results.
Yep.
So that might be, website analytics, for example. It might be, projects we're working on to get them involved and get them excited about what we're doing. So there's some like new website additions that we're currently working on, which is going to get them involved, which is really cool.
Yep.
So yeah, there's just many different things, but it just allows us to sit down with everyone there and say, hey guys, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
We'll need your help on this as well. Can you give us this information? And, we'll build it out for you basically.
Yeah.
Again, taking that stress off them that they don't have to actually build it.
Yeah.
Which is, the main benefit of joining a franchise.
And I think the thing is, from the franchise partner's perspective, all they sort of see is, of contributing a little bit of money each week to the marketing fund and, paying lead fees and stuff like that.
Yep.
And they don't see all the dashboards and all the tools and everything that we kind of see in the background.
Yeah.
So I think it's been, I know it was one of your initiatives or yourselves and the marketing team's initiatives to wanting to be getting involved in those franchise partner meetings so that we can show the results and show what we're working on in the back end. And when you can see the website traffic and, all the analytics and all the rest of it, trending upwards, it's a really good sign. And I think I know that the franchise partners really enjoy that aspect of it. Okay, we can see where it's going. We can understand the big picture of where we're going, because particularly, let's say any marketing really, but particularly say SEO, it's not a quick win, is it?
No.
It's a long play.
Oh, I wish it was sometimes. It's one of those things that it's, again, like I was saying before, you need to be knowing all the intricate details of it. And of course, Google is Google. They like to make life hard, but it's only because the ones that are at the top are the ones that have their finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
And the ones that are sort of acting accordingly.
Yeah.
Because if you don't go with the flow, you get left behind.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the thing about it as well is it's not about doing some amazing thing once. It's just about consistency every day over a very long period of time.
Yeah.
And you've just got to have that resilience to be able to constantly provide that consistency over a long period of
I was
time.
actually saying to someone at home a few weeks ago, just like explaining SEO,
Yeah,
and it sort of went over their head.
yeah,
And the way I sort of broke it down was like, SEO is like fitness. You're not going to see the result after one workout.
yeah,
You need to constantly work at it,
yeah,
and then you'll see the benefit over time.
yeah, yeah. And that's hard conversation
Yeah.
sometimes with a lot of
Oh
people,
yeah.
you know.
The amount of times I've had to explain Google's algorithm and all that sort of stuff, and it's just yeah,
Yeah,
trying to break it down, but it's just I guess that having that reassurance and being like, it's okay, like we're working on it, we already know,
yeah,
because there's times where someone will query something, or even yourself will query something, and we'll be like, we're already on it, we're
yeah,
good.
yeah. All right. So tell me a little bit more about some of the stuff that the marketing team are working on currently. Video, you mentioned, was a new hire that we've had
Yes,
in the team, which is super exciting. What's some of the stuff that's happening on that side of things?
a lot. I feel like Harvey's getting pulled in all different directions at the moment, but
Yeah.
no, he is. There's many different projects there. A lot of it has to do with our learning management system,
Mm-hmm.
and improving all of our video content for our franchise partners. So along in their learning management system, we'll have 4K produced videos
Yeah.
of each service
Yeah.
across all divisions. So then, if a franchise partner may not have done a particular service in a while,
Yeah.
they can just jump on their phone or on their app that we have,
Yeah.
and basically watch the video and be able to perform the service confidently.
So a learning management system is just basically the how-to guide of how to
Yeah,
run a successful business
pretty
in the
much.
local guys.
Yeah,
And it's an app and it's a web login as well. And all of our franchise partners from all different divisions have 4K videos, all of the processes and procedures, the brand standards,
yeah.
everything of how to be successful in the local
That's one of the
guys.
things is like with the services, you can't predict what you're going to get. And sometimes it might be an influx of some compared to others.
Yeah,
And sometimes you just need that reassurance of like, you can just pull out your phone, watch a video,
yeah,
and then just go and perform. And, some one of those things that over time, you might just forget like an intricate detail,
yeah.
and you can just go, oh yeah, let me just watch
Watch
that.
the video.
And there
Yeah.
it is.
I know myself and Harvey just last week were out recording a bunch of
Yes.
content for the learning management system. And yeah, just being able to go through and break it down step by step. This is what this bit of equipment
Yeah.
does. This is how to do the maintenance on it. This is why we do it like this. This is why we do it like that. To really break it down for particularly newer franchise partners,
Yeah.
obviously. Like once you've been in the business for a longer period of time, then you're not obviously checking it as
Yeah.
frequently.
It's muscle memory.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
muscle memory. But getting those newer franchise partners, it's worth its weight in gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think adding video to that particularly really adds a lot of it's great to be able to read text of do it like this, that X, Y, Z. But if you can watch a video of someone doing it, it
You
cuts
can
through so much more.
Well, it's like that saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words, or a video is like a million.
Million words,
Because
yeah.
it's one of the things, because then you can say, this particular tool, whatever it might be. So it might be like the pat tester and
Yep.
different adapters that go with it.
Yeah.
So it's just easier to convey that in a video than it is through written text and diagrams and things like that.
Okay, tell me about the fun you're having on social media. I've actually allowed a TikTok page. I can't believe it. I know
It's
some.
what, 2 years in the making, we're trying to have TikTok.
Finally
Yeah.
said okay. So what's happening on that side of space? Because I know yourself and Harvey and the rest of the team are having a great time. I've seen I was gone for 2 hours one day, and there was a pit bull.
Yeah, that was for my
For your
birthday.
birthday. I thought everyone had lost their minds,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I saw it on TikTok. I'm on TikTok now because I have to be to watch this. So tell me what fun stuff's happening on that side of things.
It's a range of things.
Yeah.
It'll be, TikTok trends or something. Like there was a video on Friday that we did where it was Shannon. I think the caption was, when you've been waiting all day to talk to your manager, and Shannon's got a post and it's like number 45, and then like Lily burst through the door.
Yeah.
So just fun stuff like that, but also, clips with our franchise partners, getting them involved. So there was some really good videos recently with Sean and Jason from the pest control
Yep.
division, and then also Brendan in New Zealand when you guys went to New Zealand recently. So just putting more of a face to the brand
Yeah.
and just giving the brand more of a personality from the get-go. Because I mean, it happens all the time because I hear from Shannon constantly feedback from people that are in training. And a lot of them say, if I knew what you guys were like before, I would have done it sooner.
Yeah.
So I think that was the main goal.
Yeah.
Not because a lot of that, the jokey content stays on TikTok,
Yeah.
but with the content with the franchise partners, that gets posted across Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, things like that.
Yeah.
So we're trying to cover as many bases as possible.
Yeah. And I think from winning clients' perspective as well,
Yeah.
like, when, because TikTok's, as much as it
Yeah.
can be a bit of fun and
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
else have a good time, I think it creates real engagement. I know even just from my own personal social circle or family or friends,
Yeah.
the amount of people that are actually talking about the brand so much more now that there's that video element to it and social media element to it.
Yep.
It's a lot more engagement. And I've just had, people, ex people that I've worked with or whoever, reached out and said, "Oh, we're seeing a lot more of you guys now," which is great. So it's also, as you say, it builds the brand and,
Yeah.
it brings in people when they need a pest control done or a clean done or whatever. It's that name that comes to mind.
Yeah.
That's the content. That's the idea behind
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And even
Yeah.
from a sport center perspective as well, a lot of the franchise partners don't really meet us until the training stage, at least face to face.
Yep.
We might just be a little picture on our email signature,
Yep.
but at least if they can see, not like
There's a connection.
there's a
More of
connection, but also they
yeah.
can see, our office
Yeah.
in the background of a jokey TikTok video,
Yeah.
or us, talking about marketing on social media and things like that, whatever it may be.
Particularly our New Zealand franchise partners.
Well, yeah,
who
that's
have
it. They
never
don't
been
they
here.
don't see it.
Yeah.
You guys don't go over there. I think we've only had one franchise partner from New Zealand come here, the first one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just to give us like a bit more of a personality,
Yep.
rather than just being like a little person behind a keyboard, basically.
Yeah.
Which is what I love about
The
it.
human side of it, I think, is really important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Can you share maybe an example of a franchise partner who's maybe seen strong growth because of some of the marketing strategies that we've sort of implemented?
Yeah, couple actually. I can't. One was from once. The first story was from I think about a year ago. I think can't remember who it was now, but they had done, and this is in the early days of their franchise as well. They had done a business card drop off to different businesses in their territory, and then they just didn't hear back from this one particular one for I think it was like 6 or 9 months, basically. And then we get a phone call randomly from them, and they were like, "Oh, I got a job through local area marketing," and we're like, "Oh, who was it?" And it was like, "Oh, this particular business that I gave a business card months ago."
Yeah.
And then they found it, and then they called me up, and because I went in and met them face to face, and gave them the business card, that helped that conversion of the job, basically. So that was probably one, and I think one was more recent. I think it was one of our New Zealand cleaners. They had just done like a once-off clean for a new business that had opened up, and they did that good of a job that they wanted them back weekly.
Yep.
So yeah, it's those little stories like that that just make it all worth it, and just goes to show that the process works.
Yeah.
And you just got to follow it.
You do.
And once you get past that first year, I think it's what you always say constantly, what the franchising teams say constantly. Once you have 12 months worth of work, you should have 10 years worth of work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about being one of the, in the service industry is that repeat work, which is fantastic. And we're seeing things like AI now coming in, replacing so many jobs and all of that sort of stuff. It's great to be in an industry where I think they say it's one of the most resilient in that regard, because our team have to physically get out there and meet people and get in roofs and get under desks and all sorts of stuff. So it's great from that side of things. What do you think makes our marketing approach different from competitors in the industry?
It's a very good question. I would say because we cover all the bases of marketing, we don't leave any stone unturned.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the different types of marketing, like I said earlier, we do the organic, so the location pages and the blogs, advertising, social media. We give franchise partners sort of like a starter kit for social media as well, so they can build up their own pages as well. We've also got, Google Business Profiles, things like that too,
Yep.
that we work with franchise partners on building. Um, so yeah, there's just, and as well now the video and the photo as well, which is, purposeful internal and external use as well. So I think that's probably the biggest difference, is that we know the different parts that go into digital marketing.
Yep.
And we have the brain power behind to make it all happen.
Yeah.
And then that then flows over onto the franchise partners and helping them with their local area marketing.
Yep.
So yeah, I'd say that's the biggest point of difference.
Couple of quick ones before I finish up, and then we'll finish from there.
Yep.
How have you seen AI affect your role? A lot, and how do you see, how does it look the next 5 years, I guess, of marketing, and particularly digital marketing,
Yeah.
with AI? I know we're very much leaning into AI, and how do you see that sort of impact happening across everything that we do and the tools
Yeah.
we're already using?
Yeah, I mean, we're already experimenting with a lot of different tools at the moment, which is really great. We're trying to get ahead of the curve,
Yep.
rather than fall behind.
Yeah.
I would say the biggest thing with AI is that with what we do, the way that we treat it is that there's a lot of talk about, AI replacing jobs, like what you just touched on before. With us, I don't ever see it replacing certain things. I see it as a supplementary tool.
Yep.
So whether it be, inputting analytics and, quickly identifying goals or ways to improve.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, we all wear different hats.
Yeah.
Some of us wear multiple hats. Actually, in fact, all of us wear multiple
Yeah.
hats. So I think it's just an added brain to it, just to sort of see, because you can look at a bunch of numbers on a spreadsheet of website analytics or, Google Ads results and things like that. But if you're looking at it constantly, you just like, sometimes you're like, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
So I think it's just a way to sort of help and give yourself an extra bit of brain power,
Yeah.
rather than replacing members of the team. Because at the end of the day, the way that the Local Guys was built on was, being a people business.
Yeah.
And if you replace that, then you sort of lose the core of the business.
Absolutely. I think it's just allowed us to, we know what we want to achieve,
Yeah.
and sometimes humans get in their own way, and it kind of takes a deviated path of like this and all the rest of it, where with the help of AI and the tools that we're using and all the rest of it, we can kind of move from here to here a lot more efficiently, a lot more quickly, which means we can get to the next bit, the next bit, the next bit, and then we're a lot faster and more efficient, and we can get results for our franchise partners a lot faster.
Yeah, well, we were talking about this morning in our meeting as well. Like, the team sort of went around and sort of explained how they're using AI in their particular roles.
Yeah.
And like, even with myself, like, we're doing we're A/B testing some website changes at the moment.
Yep.
And
so what is A/B testing?
So for the context that we're using at the moment, it's basically for the website in particular. We basically have like an existing page on the website.
Yeah.
And then we have a page that has, user interface UI changes, basically, just to give a better user experience to our customers.
Yep.
And basically, we're just going to put the two pages up against each other, and
duke it out.
Yeah, literally. So I'm not too sure about the ratio yet, but let's just say, for example, 50% will receive one version, the original.
Yep.
And then the other 50% will receive the modified version.
Sure.
And then we'll be able to see which one converts better.
Yep.
Which is really exciting to see. We've never done like that before.
Yep. And then based on the results of that one becomes the permanent.
And then that will just influence website changes across the entire network.
Yeah.
Which is really exciting.
Yeah.
Because they were built 2 years ago, and it's always good to have a bit of a facelift.
Yep.
So yeah. So that's
that's an example, I guess, of the sort of stuff that you're doing every day.
Yeah. And it's one of those things that, there was a particular functionality I was trying to achieve because I want to make it more personalized for the user.
Yeah.
And I had written a bunch of code and I got stumped. I didn't know like what was wrong with it. I knew like what part of it was broken, and I was sort of staring at it for a good hour, and I was like, I don't know what's happening now.
Yeah.
So I just put it into AI, ChatGPT, and it basically identified it for me.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh god, it was right there the whole time, and I missed it.
Isn't that always the way?
It is. There's always a semicolon missing or a bracket. And it's just,
I just find that the answers that I get are like, that's so obvious. Why didn't I think of that?
Literally. And
Yeah.
sometimes, I've been staring at it for too long. It's, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, no worries. Well, I think that's all the questions that I wanted to go through
Yeah.
today. So I wanted to thank you so much for jumping on, Harry, and allowing me to pick your brain a little
Yeah.
bit, allowing us to have a little bit of a deep dive into under the hood
Yeah.
of what sort of happens within the marketing team and what sort of stuff where our drivers are and all the rest of it. So hopefully that's given a good insight into what happens when a potential franchise partner joins us and what we're doing for our current franchise partners to help that we're constantly getting more work for them.
Yep.
So anything you wanted to add before we finished up?
Um, no, nothing really. Pretty
Yeah.
much think we've covered everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Beautiful. Thanks so much. Appreciate
No
it.
worries.
Cheers.